Alicia McDonald, who's the co-chair, said this morning, and she's recanted it, but I have it in writing for the people who are taking notes. She said, to quote, the output of the group would be, the output of the D&T group would be a bad day for third parties who conduct online payroll advertising, because many would be out of business. But that is a good day for internet and privacy. And she went on to say that the current proposals that are being considered or do not track, quote, do very little for privacy and and significantly harms business, and particularly third-party business, substantially.
I mean, to say that is an inflammatory statement to kick off a day of what is supposed to be open discussion, productive and cooperative workflow is the understatement of the year. And in many ways, it's troubling to be talking about putting companies out of business, even if you step back from that position later in the day. But that is kind of the place that we're at, and there's other development too. Then yesterday there was some not so veiled threats from Apple, who's also in the room, obviously a big browser, and they said if the W3C doesn't come up with a D&T standard, they will seek other methods to enforce privacy on the advertising ecosystem, and I have competitive antitrust worries about making those kinds of statements when you then follow it up with comments about putting companies out of business. But the real issue is that then we're seeing some of these agendas, people that don't care about digital advertising. Today, Apple announced that they were granted a patent that would basically inject confusion into and false identities into the internet ecosystem, which would sole purpose is to frustrate behavioral advertising. So we're trying to lay bare all of the interests here, and I think it's really important, and the reason we asked Eric to come was because we may not be that familiar with 33Across, so I'd ask you if you could just tell us a little bit about the company and what the potential impact may be if we see a bad standard out of the W3C.
So we're, just real quick, 33Across is one of the leading social interest in brand targeting companies. We reach 1.25 billion users worldwide, and we've been very effective in building custom targeted algorithms and targeting capabilities for some of the biggest brands in the world. So this would be incredibly detrimental if D&T were to roll out the way it is today. And I think that's to think about it. Alicia McDonald, what she said, and I talked to her afterwards. She's very, very, very concerned that the proposals that are being considered and perhaps moving forward are ones that benefit disproportionately the first-party data owners, the very large networks that have first-party preference, and really detriment the third party. So she's really concerned about it. And the thing that's alarming, the people around the table are only representing their own interests. And the WC3 has the ear of the FTC. Ed Felton, who's the CTO of the FTC, was in the room today. The FTC is making statements that they appear to support whatever recommendation is going to come from the W3C. That's the problem. And so if you're an advertiser, if you're a publisher, and you make money, or you need third-party tracking, you need OBA is a big part of your business, you need to get involved. It's a call to action. You have to step up. You have to show up, because the decisions about the future of online advertising are being made in a conference room full of academics and first-party data owners.